Hi friends, my name is Madeline. I run the blog Dawn V Farms where I talk about simple recipes, home remedies, everyday farm life, motherhood, and I've been covering a lot of topics on my farm stand lately. Today I'm going to be sharing my honest review about the Harris Farms 360 Nurture Right Incubator. So we have had this incubator since 2022 and we bought it for $160 3 years ago. And currently it's listed on Amazon for $180. So honestly, it hasn't gone up in price very much since then, which is really nice. I feel like it's one of the mid-range as far as pricing goes incubators, although because of its low capacity, there are quite a few options of higher capacity where you can fit more eggs around the same price. And so that's something to think about when you're purchasing this incubator. And so I'm just going to go through my pros and cons from using the incubator for multiple hatches and just what I think about it in general. Thanks for joining me today. So first, here is the incubator. Let's try to get the whole thing in there. In general, I like it. I've used two other designs of incubators before, and they were less user-friendly and in general about as messy or a little bit more messy. There's definitely some things that Harris Farms has streamlined in this incubator, but then there's also some cons. One of the main cons for me is that it's really hard to clean, and honestly, I'm not sure if there's an easy to clean incubator out there, so that's just a note, is that almost all incubators are a pain in the butt to clean because hatching is a messy process, and I'm just gonna kind of show you what I don't like. Okay, so this is the automatic egg turner, and there's just so many grooves in here to clean. If I can detach it, there we go. So this in and of itself is kind of a pain in the butt to clean. And then you have the, I can't even pull this out, second layer. Let me see if I can just flip it. This like layer. And this also has a ton of small things to clean. And then we're dealing with this. And okay, so part of this is my fault. For this incubator, you should use distilled water. Our water has a lot of hard minerals in it, and so it's kind of done a job on this. I will show you. All of this stuff in here, this dark stuff, is built up minerals that I have scrubbed. Like right here, you can see I chipped away at it. But in general, these really deep groove edges are really hard to get brushes into, any kind of brush. And there's tons of tiny chick feathers or duckling, like the little fluffs that come off right away. So this is a pain to clean. And so I would say that's a con of this incubator, although I can say I've tried multiple different styles of incubator and I haven't found one that's really easy to clean. But this one I feel like seems exceptionally difficult. Some of them are without the turners, some of them are a little bit more simple on the bottom, and so you can clean out the grooves better. This one's kind of a pain in the butt. The other pain to clean is inside the fan. You can see it has collected a lot of little feathers too, and if you pull this off, it doesn't even like easily come off to clean everything. And then there is under this area with the heat induction part, this is also very hard to clean. So like, I feel like in general, none of this incubator is very easy to get clean. Another con to this incubator is the limited egg slots. I always have incubated ducks in here. We do call ducks and regular sized ducks, and for ducks, you can incubate between 12 and 18 eggs. This is reading from the website. The capacity for chicks is 22 eggs, and for pheasants or quail is 22 or 24 eggs. So within this between 16 and 37 day cycle, based on what birds you choose, you can only incubate a maximum of 24 chicks, and that would be for quail, which are the tiniest ones. But I know for myself, when I'm hatching eggs for ducks, I can only get up to 20, well, it says you can do 18, but call duck eggs are smaller, and so I can do up to 22 leg chickens. But some incubators that have not the automatic rotator can have a much bigger capacity. And so if you're wanting to be a high volume person who incubates, then this one might not be right for you. One of the other main cons to this incubator is that it is limited what species you can do in it because of the automatic turner and the egg size that is allowed. So turkeys, ducks, like bigger eggs and birds do not fit in this incubator. And so if you want to use this incubator, you need to be doing chicks or ducks or pheasants or quail, but you are limited to that. So that's my list of cons for this incubator, and I don't really think that it's a huge laundry list of cons. I mean, it's not easy to clean, it's not a huge chick capacity, and you're limited to what species. But let's talk about the pros of this incubator. Why we got this incubator is because among call duck groups, it was easily the most popular, the favorite of everybody. And I really can see why, because it is extremely user-friendly and beginner user-friendly. And so, like, they just really foolproof the control panel. And that is one of the things that make this incubator really great. So this control panel has a lot of cool features. This is the egg candler, and so you can check on the progress of the eggs, which is really nice, because if you don't have an egg candler, of course it always goes missing. Like if it's not attached, it's gonna go missing, and you do want to keep track of where your eggs are at. So then also there's a menu, and then this changes a couple different functions, the days counted and also the humidity and the temperature. I mean, not the humidity, the days counted and the temperature. This is the egg candler button. And the nice thing is this little control panel has an explanation. It says if you press the menu once, it'll display the days to hatch. If you press both the plus and minus at the same time, there's an egg turning test run, and then if you press the menu and hold it down for 3 seconds, you get into this settings mode. And so for somebody like me who forgets what they're doing all the time, it has this little like cheat sheet right on the top, so that's really awesome and makes it super user friendly. So something I like about this incubator is that you can see the eggs. You can see the process, and you can also see if they're rotating and just keep track, because in some incubators that are completely covered, you have no idea what's going on. You have to physically check them. So I really like the visibility for it. I also like how quickly it heats up. Like once you get it started, you only have to wait 3 to 4 hours, which I even feel like that's a long time. They say to wait 3 to 4 hours until it's fully stabilized with humidity and temperature. But then you can just put your eggs in. It doesn't take that much time. And it starts heating right away. Like within minutes, it'll get up to 80 degrees. And we have had a few situations where a mother duck left a nest, or a mother duck's nest was attacked, and we have needed to get eggs into heat ASAP, and we plugged in this incubator, and in under an hour, it was at the 99 degrees. And so it is very fast, which is awesome in case you have some type of an emergency situation. Another thing, besides it being user-friendly and the egg candler, it also automatically rotates the eggs. Once you set the days, it will stop the rotation automatically 3 days before they are set to hatch. So as far as remembering goes, you really don't have to do a lot of work. There are some incubators that you either have to rotate the eggs yourself, or they don't have that like automatic stop at the 3 days, you have to stop it. And so that it has that makes it really easy. The other thing is I like how it rotates the eggs. So as it rotates the eggs, they kind of naturally rotate in a circle around the incubator, and so the egg is getting turned in a complete circle, which I feel like really mimics what a mother hen or a duck does better than other incubators. Some rotators just do this. And I feel like that's really unnatural to the process of incubation. So the fact that it rotates the eggs in a circle, it really mimics what a mother bird does for her eggs. And I think trying to mimic the natural process as much as possible really helps your hatch rates. The other thing is it's not too loud. There's a warning button if the heat goes down, and it's not obnoxious, and it's easy to turn off, and it's not extremely loud. There is not a warning for when the humidity goes down, and that would kind of be nice, although I know why they didn't do that, because the humidity fluctuates so much that I mean, it shouldn't fluctuate so much, but it does fluctuate multiple times a day. And so you do need to be keeping track of that, but it's not going to warn you of it. There is one thing which some people don't like, is this is the heat indicator and it blinks red. And because the heat is constantly having to generate heat, it's constantly going to be blinking red and there's no way around it. It just stays that way. One other thing which is really nice is that it holds a memory. And what I mean by that is once you set the day count for hatch day, if you unplug it and take it to the other room and plug it back in, you don't have to reset any settings. It's fine. It seems like even up to an hour, it will remember what day you were on. After that, it does reset, and then you have to reset the days. So what I like to do to just like prevent anything from happening is I also physically mark on my calendar the day I started the eggs and then the day that they're supposed to be done, so that I have that there. But if you're somebody who's like, that's just too much, I can't do that extra step, this does have a short memory, and so if you just do an unplug, if your power goes out for just a second, it's going to remember what day you're on and not completely mess up that cycle. And I think that is everything. I mean, in general, it's really user-friendly. It's really self-explanatory. We've had great hatch rates, even for call ducks, and call ducks can be harder to hatch. And so overall, I have been really happy with this incubator the last 3 years. I don't plan on getting another one. I mean, it's going 3 years strong. It is somewhat of a pain in the butt to clean, but I've done it. And again, if you use distilled water, that makes the process better. And usually we don't even want to incubate more than 24 eggs at a time, like 22, 20. So the cons for me don't outweigh the pros by any means, because it is so user-friendly and it's just a great incubator overall. So that is my honest opinion from using this incubator for 3 years. We've used it multiple times every year, and overall we've had a really good experience. As far as hatch rate goes, we've had really high hatch rates, and I've just really enjoyed using it. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, and if you're interested in more content like this, please subscribe. Bye!